5 minutes.
Hi, thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Secretary Yellen, thank you for joining us today. During a public address on Tuesday, President Biden attempted to once again blame record-high inflation on the pandemic and Putin. Secretary Yellen, is it still your belief that excessive government spending, trillions of taxpayer dollars, is not a root cause of the rising prices that my constituents in Missouri's 2nd Congressional District are seeing for every single day on gas, goods, groceries? I could go on and on. Is it not a root cause?
Look, there are many contributors to the exceptionally high inflation that we're experiencing. And certainly
is excessive government spending a root cause?
Look, we had substantial programs to address what I believe was the most significant risk we faced as an economy at the time. Unemployment was extremely high.
It has now spun us into an inflation that is a 40-year high, goods and services that are not affordable in any way, shape, or form. We've literally had the CPI down for one quarter. God help us if it's down for a second one. It could toss us into a recession, supply chain issues. I could go on and on. Look, we have spent trillions and trillions of dollars, and the Fed has been too late to get here to help. Is the excessive spending a root cause?
Well, look, inflation is a matter of demand and supply. And it's certainly true that government programs supported demand.
Ma'am, let me just reclaim my time. Let me just reclaim my time here, please. And since we'll move on, since you won't answer the question, the ranking member asked also about inflation and asked what you and the administration are doing about it. And you assured us it's all hands on deck, and you're doing all sorts of things. You identified that in fact there's a problem with inflation, but what are you doing? What are you and the president specifically doing? All you said was you were releasing oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which does nothing to help and actually jeopardizes our future petroleum needs when there really is an emergency. What are you doing specifically?
Well, it's the release from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve has served to hold down oil prices.
No, it hasn't.
I'm sorry, but it has.
It's $4.50 a gallon, and diesel's well over $5. It's a drop in the bucket. What are you doing specifically? You said it's all hands on deck.
Well, Russia's unprovoked attack on Ukraine has had a substantial impact on global energy.
We've been at this for 16 months, Madam Secretary. I mean, with all due respect, I can't disagree more. You won't even admit that the root cause of this is the spending and spending and spending. The Fed just got on the job last month in terms of, raising by 50 basis points. We'll do it again next month, and perhaps the month after, and the month after. We are in a spiral. I mean, the moms in my district can't find baby formula, okay? They can't afford to fill up their cars with gas.
Well,
this is a serious situation, and making, what else are you doing besides the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, ma'am?
Well, we're trying to unblock supply chains that have become very clogged, but we've, put in place changes, for example, at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach that have substantially diminished backlogs there that have been raising prices and taken steps.
How about some energy independence instead of, let's open up Keystone. Let's get some of these oil and natural gas leases through so we can be once again energy independent, not only take care of our own energy supply and needs, but also maybe provide that to Europe so they're not so dependent upon Russia and Iran and other dictators. There are so many things, ma'am, that we should be doing. And the problem with unclogging the ports is then they're paying $5.50 to $6 to move that in diesel to St. Louis, Missouri, in the middle of the United States. It is untenable. Is unacceptable, and it is unbelievable to me that we can't even get the Secretary of the Treasury to admit that overspending by this administration is the root cause. I yield back.
Thank you.
Sadly.
The gentleman from